when we're working here, we're looking to pass guard. A lot of times we'll get to this position here. Reverse the riva here, where leg here is hooking inside of my leg here. All right. From here, he has good options to spin under. Okay, he can use this hook to stop me from knee cutting through. And if I'm a little bit clumsy here, and he can do good work from here, he can enter my legs here pretty easily with all sorts of different cool moves, right? But I also have a chance to enter his legs. And I like to work this with my passing. So when we're working from here, all I look to do is, if I got a grip on my foot here, I preferably strip that grip. And then I'm gonna look to take my hand and swim in for scoop grip here. So my hand swims in and I'm just grabbing like the top of his quad here. I'm not going shoulder deep on this. It's not a stack. It's just this hand coming in right here. And even though this doesn't look that strong, if I flare my elbow out and I pull in the grip, the flag tries to kick out this grip, it's surprisingly sticky. Okay, and I can pass with this grip and I can attack the leg with this grip. So I have a double threat. So it's not only, when I do this, I'm not gonna pass, I'm gonna attack his leg. It's pretty obvious. But when I get this grip, I have pass options and I have leg lock options. So I have a double threat here. So I go in, I get the scoop grip. I want my knee here in front of his thigh. If this space here is really narrow, what I can do is I can actually do a little trick where I look to pull flag in. Right. It's not gonna help me pass, it's not gonna help me leg lock him, but what do people do when we pull on them? They extend away. And now there's some space where I can spin. So if he's real tight here, I might just pull in on his head here, make sure he doesn't go under my leg, pull in on his head, he pulls back. Now I bring my knee to his hip, and look here, I post my hand on the mat. And I'm gonna look to do something we call spinning the leg. So I plant my hand on the mat, I lean forward, and I slide my leg all the way around. So let's rotate, ready? Here. So I'm in this position here, okay? I'm not gonna stay here. I'm just gonna slide to this point, and then I'm gonna sit my hip on top of flag's hips, and I'm gonna take my leg up here, so I'm up on 2 feet. Right now I have this grip here, this scoop grip here. From here I like to change it and feed under with this arm, because now with this other arm I can post, I can look to collect the legs, and this is what we're gonna work from today, okay? One more time. No, there's a long explanation at the start, but gotta squeeze the theory in when we can, okay? So I'm working here with Freddy. If he's holding onto my foot, I'm peeling the grip off, okay? I feel like his head is getting too close. I can post, I can move back a little bit. I want my knee in front of his hip, and I want to look for this scoop grip here. Don't go shoulder deep with this. You might feel like, if you like over under passing, you might feel like this is strong, but this is not that good for what we were looking for. I just want my hand on his quad, and my elbow is inside here, and I can kind of torque his knee by pulling him in the grip and flaring my shoulder here. This is a very sticky grip. When I got this, it's time to go. Plant my hand, I slide my knee across his hip, and I sit to the corner. I don't sit on the mat. From here, I don't sit on the mat. I stay up. I put some weight on him, and I step up both legs. I make sure my knees, both my knees point the same way. And the reason is I don't want Flag to pull his knee up. If I'm open like this, he can turn to his hip, he can slide that knee in, and now he's taking my back. But when I'm sitting like this, controlling the knee, blocking the knee with my knee here, if he tries to pull the knee to the mat, I have it wedged in. And he can't take my back as long as I'm controlling above the knee here. Okay, so this is our safety. We're gonna look at how to attack the leg locks in a moment, but let's just work this position with a partner in 3. 1, 2, 3. Couple important pointers from here, when you sit here, right? You start with this formation with the knee on the mat and the foot up. We want both feet up here, right? When we get both feet up, we want our knees to point the same way. Look at his leg here, how it's wedged in. It's almost like I got a triangle here, right? If I'm like this, it's easy for Fleck to hip escape and pull his knee up. And now he's taking my back. Oh, this is trouble. So I'm leaning. This is also why I gotta switch my arms, because I need a post here. Right? If I got this, I have no post this way. And if I lean this way, it's very easy for him to invert the knee. So I switch, I lean this way, and look how this kind of triangle formation here keeps the leg in. So when he tries to hip escape and invert the knee, it's hard, and I can lean my weight and make the knee point this way. Right? Very important to maintain this. Because if we can't control the knee, we're basically giving up our back here. Now, for the fun stuff here. If he just keep his leg here, right, unlocked, there's a good chance that I can just start to collect, just drop right down for a knee bar right here. Okay, so Fleck has any idea what he's doing. He's probably looking to lock up his legs, either a triangle or angle to angle. Here's the thing. The leg that I have between my legs here is what we call the primary leg. This is where my strongest attacks come from, right? He needs to get that on bottom. If it's on top, it doesn't matter that his legs are crossed. I can still just access and drop down. He needs to hide this leg, his left leg here. He needs to get it in the bottom of the lock. Okay, now here comes the fun thing. We want to open the lock, but first we actually want to tighten it. So I grab his heel on the bottom foot here. I pull it in over my knee, wedging it in, okay? Now his other foot here, I grab by the toes and I pull in. And I make everything here real nice and tight. When his legs are crossed like this, it's actually pretty easy to split them. When his legs are like this, if I try to split them here, it's difficult. But when I pull everything in, nice and tight here, when I go back, 1, 2, try to really hold on here, Freddie, I can split them pretty easy by this double heel grip here. If I try that out here, it's not gonna work, but look here, when I pull up, pull everything in, pull the toes across here, so I'm kind of making Freddie a yogi here, cross legs. It's actually pretty easy to switch back, grab the heel, there we go. Now we got 2 free legs, we're controlling both legs, so now we can fall to our side to start attacking a leg lock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fall to my right side, here. Okay, so, what's it? So, here's the thing. When we fall, we can lock a triangle here with our legs. I'm controlling his bottom leg here. I'm controlling it just by hooking on here and the fact that I have my body weight on it. So the fact that I'm laying on his leg here controls it, combined with this grip here. The top leg is controlled by my legs here. So now I got both legs. So for him to start to turn out, look to escape, take my back is very difficult from here. And I have 2 good attacks. I have a toe here and I have a knee bar right here. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna attack the knee bar. So I'm gonna cross my ankles here. I'm gonna post on his calf and I'm gonna swim my elbow in front here. Take it back. To finish the knee bar, I'm thinking about pinching in my elbows, bringing my shoulders back and bringing my hips forward. Here. Right? So I can really get some extension in this. I could also just go the regular grip here, but it takes more pulling. When I bring this elbow in, I have more power here. Right, so we start with here on top of our partner. We have the legs. He's locked them. Pull them in. Look how I pull this foot over my knee here. I take this other foot and I just pull it to the other side. From here, I can switch. I can go heel, heel. He can hold on as much as he wants. I split them. Double heel grips. Now, before I fall, I take my head over his foot and wrap it. and I fall down to the side and I lay on the leg. From here, it should be very hard for your partner to move around. All right. We're gonna attack the knee bar first. So look how this hand here, I'm still controlling his angle, and I just post on his calf. Now I can swing my arm in front, bring my elbow in front of his calf here, and now I rake it back. I wanna see if I can touch my back with this elbow here. The more I do this, see the hand here, the tap hand, the more tension there's in the knee, right? If I just stay here, crouched over, straight from the office, doesn't do shit. But if I really pull his elbow back to my back here and post here, now when I extend, it's a lot of power here. Okay. Make sure here that you're pinching your knees, and I want this knee preferably a little bit higher than the bottom knee. And this just makes it harder for him to rotate. Because his way out is to try to rotate this knee out. Yeah. Okay? So when you get here with your partner, make sure you're controlling him nice and tight. I'm pulling my heels to my butt. Elbow goes in front, rakes all the way back. Your partner should be ready to tap before you put in the hips. Then you plant your hand, elbow back, head goes back, hips forward, heels pulling in. Or a very tight lat knee bar, okay? So let's add this in. Make sure to tie up the legs nice and tight. Split them by the heels, and let's try this submission on 3. 1, 2, 3.